It's time for another Steam Next Fest, which means there are once again hundreds of demos to try. In this video, I'll be going over the 10 best Next Fest games I've found so far. First up is Ghost Song, which is an atmospheric 2D adventure with Metroidvania elements. As Statsuit, you explore an alien world that is just as creepy as it is beautiful, with outstanding lighting, colors, and creature designs. The game has an interesting synergy between ranged and melee attacks. With your blaster, you build up barrel heat that causes your melee attacks to deal more damage, so you're encouraged to switch things up. With different starter classes, a variety of distinct weapons and powers, and an immersive atmosphere, Ghost Song is worth keeping an eye on. Spirity is a relaxing game inspired by Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away. After sipping from an ancient teapot, you start to see spirits in the small town you just moved to. These shadowy fellows keep causing mischief because the townsfolk stopped paying attention to them. So, in order to bring back peace to the town, you open up a cozy bathhouse for spirits. From now on, your job is to ensure that everyone has a nice stay. You seat the spirits with their friends, scrub their backs, bring them food, and keep everything nice and clean. Apart from managing and upgrading the bathhouse, you also get to befriend the locals, play mini-games with them, and help spirits around town. Cult of the Lamp is one of my most anticipated games this year, and now that I've played the demo, I'm even more intrigued. As you might have guessed, you take on the role of a lamp leading a cult. The game is a compelling blend of dungeon crawling and base building. You venture out into mysterious, randomly generated areas to kill non-believers and recruit new followers. But you also need to look after your flock, keep them well-fed and happy, and build new structures. The fast-paced and fluid combat isn't groundbreaking yet, but it's really interesting that the state of your cult determines your strength. In a world that's equally cute and cruel, what kind of a leader do you want to be? And what sacrifices are you willing to make? Cats and the Other Lives is a story-rich point-and-click adventure where you unravel the mysteries of a family as a common house cat. After the death of the patriarch of the family, all relatives return to their childhood home to pay their last respects. In typical cat fashion, you follow them around, try to get their attention, and cause some mayhem every now and then. But it turns out you're not so common after all. You're the only one who can see the ghosts of the past, and you make it your mission to look after your family and nudge them in the right direction. Domekeeper is by far the hardest demo I've played in a while. In this roguelike mining game, you drill tunnels beneath a dome to uncover precious resources and upgrades. It actually seems quite relaxing, until you notice the first of many waves of enemies, trying to destroy the thin layer of glass that keeps you alive. The game has you mine and lift up as many materials as you can before the next wave arrives. The more you carry, the slower you move, the more likely your dome will get torn apart. Materials can be used to get powerful upgrades to your weapons, drill, and jetpack, or increase the strength of your dome. It's a very unique and intriguing game, but the choice between hard but doable and brutal should tell you exactly what to expect. Now, if you're in the mood for something a lot more relaxing, take a look at Melatonin. This rhythm game was one of the most surprising demos I found. Who would have thought pressing buttons to the beat of chill music could be so satisfying? Melatonin uses visual cues to help you stay on beat, and each level is a quirky dream where you perform certain actions. Let me just show you. Okay, so what if you're into rhythm games but want less pastel colors and more blood, violence, and the right music to go with this? I got you covered. Metal Hellsinger is a first-person shooter where you kill enemies on the beat of an impressive selection of metal songs. The better you play, the more intense the music will become. And with tracks from members of Trivium, Arch Enemy, System of a Down and more, this should be a dream come true for many metalheads. Roots of Pacha is a farming sim set in the Stone Age that can be played solo or with friends. There's an astounding amount of content planned for this game, and much of it can be experienced in this lengthy demo. Apart from familiar activities like farming, fishing, mining, developing friendships, and attending festivals, the game also features mechanics like taming animals and discovering new ideas with the help of your clan members. These range from inventing new buildings, domesticating crops, and preserving food, all the way to less essential stuff like creating art. I love how the developers took a well-known and loved genre and put their own spin on it with a unique setting. Railbound is a puzzle game where you connect railways and link cars to a train in the correct order. Even though the levels get more challenging as you progress, it's still a relaxing game overall. You got a limited amount of tracks, but all the time in the world to find a solution. Place and remove tracks, reroute connections, and have cars go through tunnels or gates. The full game will feature even more gameplay mechanics and over 100 puzzles. Developer Afterburn is known for the unique and visually pleasing puzzle games, like in Bento, an adorable puzzler where you arrange food in bento boxes. Nine Sods is a story-rich 2D action platformer with deflection-focused combat inspired by Sekiro. Combat is all about patience and timing. By pairing attacks, you build up chi that you can then use to blow up one or more enemies. The art style is absolutely stunning, and I would love to show more and talk about the story here. But at the same time, I think it's best to experience it yourself, so definitely check this one out if you haven't already done so. These were my favorite demos of Steam Next Fest so far. Narrowing it down to 10 was quite difficult, and there are many more demos I've yet to try. So let me know which ones I missed in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to drop a like and subscribe if this was helpful.